my butt. Suck my butt.
How would you children like to suck on my chocolate salty balls?
Oh, you mean like a chocolate candy?
No, I mean my balls.
Ladies and the gentlemen, welcome back. We're back. Round 2, same clothes for another edition of SMB, a South Park review. Now, I'm your host, Matthew Schaefer, and I'm joined by other gentlemen who like to talk South Park with you. On this week's edition, we're going to go inside the mind of one young Rick Cartman as he becomes the transformation known as the Coon. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Shout out to the 2022 Red Rocks Day 1 South Park Trivia Champion, Dr. Thugonomics, Scooponomics, Follophonics, and Trivia God, Joe Vernola. Go ahead and check us out as well at linktr.ee/SouthParkPod. Hit that like and subscribe button if you're watching it right here on the YouTube. Right here. It's going to be there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're wound up. We're ready to go. It's double record, but you're watching it 2 weeks after we record as we're getting ahead.
Oh, don't tell them the secrets, Matt.
We're wearing the same shirts.
That doesn't mean anything.
What are we gonna just carry on like we don't wash our clothes? We just wear the same
That was actually pretty good. You got me there. Yeah.
He's like, I wear this AEW shirt every day, Dane.
You got me there.
Ladies, we're back. This man likes to bring the pain. He likes to bring the pain, brother. In the digital marketing game. He's the man who solicits those picks. Get your picks over here.
Over here.
Clicks. He's a writer. Scrabble. He's a producer. Hey, get over here. I'm going to make that for you. Director. Hey, who the fuck are you? Listen to me. And of course, he's an on-screen talent. Ladies and gentlemen, Dane.
Becker. You are a glorious man, and can we all say that Matt definitely sounded like sexual harassment panda at the top of this hour? Panda. I'm doing great, Matt. It's great to see your pretty face. It's great to see mine.
Touches another panda inappropriately, that means that one panda has grounds to sue on the merit of Article 54 of Panda. And this panda... Okay, wait.
That was incredible.
It's
oh my God.
Favorites back in the day. You can go back and check out that review, sexual harassment. And that was actually shortly after Joe became official on the podcast, because he joined us mid season 3, because we broke it up. You can go back, and as you're listening to season 3, we stop and review the movie, because that's how it's linear fashion. But here,
oh God, yes. You guys are the original Barbenheimer.
we are the original of something, but we are the original SMB crew, and you're part of that too. And that crew is ready to rock and roll for you, as this is SMB number 186. It is season 13, episode number 2. It is the Coon. The Coon. The 183rd overall episode of South Park, as it premiered on March 18th, 2009. Dane, this is the Coon. Okay, it's the Coon. Okay, this is the debut of the Coon. You know what I'm saying, John? So here's what happens. The Coon rises from the trash and takes his place as the long-lone vigilante who wipes out crime in the town of South Park.
Oh my God!
So that's basically the synopsis. Here's the plot, how it starts off. Cartman is a wannabe crime-fighting vigilante known as the Coon. He is heard as the narrator at the beginning and other times throughout this episode. He sees South Park as a city of crime as he's out to stop it. Of course, he does such acts as attacking men with women who are simply kissing them in the park. They're just, a couple in the park hanging out kissing. Cartman attacks. Get out of here. You're safe now. Cartman believes that the men are all rapists and attacks them with his claws on his fingers by scratching their faces while men just claim that it stings. Hey, that kind of stinks.
Call me.
So we'll quickly start the. Let's show. Cartman decides he's gonna once again take over South Park, Colorado.
It all happened so fast. Everything went to crap. It's like everyone's sense of morals just disappeared. The bad economy made things worse. The jobs started drying up. Then the stores had to shut down. Then a black man was elected president. He didn't. As more and more people turn to crime and violence, the town becomes gripped in fear. The city needs protection. There is an animal that searches through trash cans, cleans out the garbage. To clean the trash can society, I've chosen to become more than I am the hero this town needs.
Oh my
I
god.
am the Coon.
The guy. Cute.
As the world plummets into despair, the Coon fights to keep order intact.
Okay,
I had a really great time.
Here's Cartman out in the park and attack these the dude.
Would you
And
mind very
couple
much if I
sitting at
missed
night.
He got
Very
consent.
white.
He got consent. He said, "Do you mind?" She said,
A
"Yes."
woman being raped. This is
Could
what
I
I'm saying
take you
from
upstairs
distance.
and pound your pussy?
Where the money goes,
We saw his
healing
blood drop.
starts. Women are helpless without the
He
Coon.
consent. Here's Cartman.
Oh, yes, Josh. Yes.
Get it, Josh. At park.
Let her go!
Let her go.
Excuse me?
You aren't raping
That was like
anyone
second
yet.
base.
Oh, it's a talking squirrel.
Get out of here! Get to safety!
Lisa, call me!
Call me.
Another woman saved from rape.
That's
Dude.
gotta
How many
fucking
more rapes
hurt.
are out there?
Dude, he totally cockblocked that guy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, he was getting second base in the park. It sounds like you, Matt.
In the park, bro. No, yo, I hit the
the
home
park,
run.
bro.
I hit the fucking home run in the park, dog. Okay, but again, that's another time, another story. We started on.
Hey, man, I've been there. You know, sometimes you
together.
Yeah, you go to Iroquois Park or Cherokee nearby. You guys are walking around, you're hot. Eventually, the shirts come off and you're starting to sweat. And for some reason, man, when you're hiking in a park and you sit down, it doesn't just relax you; it gets you randy as shit. I don't know why, but then you if you're any kind of man like me, masculine man like me, after a hike, you sit down on the park bench and you're like, "Damn, I need a dick in my mouth."
Well, I don't know about that. I would propose that me and this lady individual were at the park of this place, and as the place closed, we went back to my car, and one thing led to another. Then we laid down in the back of my seat as security drove to the parking lot and drove away, and then we, proceeded to finish in the car. That being said,
My man said female friend. My female person. He's taking all of the females. 80% of the females are taken by 20% of the men. And Matt is 10% of that.
Are we gonna do our really big shoe there impersonation? This is Matthew Schaefer hanging out here with Dane Becker, and we're gonna review more of this South Park.
You sound exactly like Garth from Wayne's World.
We're gonna do this right now here, okay? So Cartman.
no, okay. Cartman is stopping rapists, as he believes. So Cartman then goes to the Park County Police Station to report. When Sergeant Yates, he complains to Cartman, tells him to leave. Cartman's like, I saw another rapist out there. I can't do the voice unless I hear him actually do it. Stop right there. I saw another rapist out there. I suspect a plot. The police are aggravated with Cartman as he continues talks.
That's pretty good.
Cartman finally leaves the station, but leaves a box of Who is the Coon shirts, which the officers confuse. They pick up. They're like, what is this? And so, yeah, they're not very, they don't understand what's going on, Dan. They're not on to the Coon. They're not on to his ways. You know what I mean?
Oh, exceso tienda.
Okay, here's the Coon.
Here's the file on that Rodriguez case, Detective. All right, things are pretty quiet out there, boys. Let's try to get caught up on some paperwork. Murphy, I want you to...
Oh.
Don't let the city's peacefulness fool you, Commissioner. It's too quiet.
Oh, not this
Shut the
Hey, you
fuck
get outta
up,
here.
Cartman.
Out.
There was another rapist in the park tonight. It's no coincidence. It must be a rapist plot and it stinks to the tap.
The way he jumped
What?
1
I think
foot.
the mayor might be involved. It's my theory she has a lesbian lover who's holding her leash.
Jesus Christ, can we get a lock on that window? Look, kid, you need to stop.
It's gone. And he's gone. Where'd he go? Oh, that's wait. Where did he go?
I'm over here.
Gone.
No, I'm just over here now.
I'm right over here.
What do we know about the mayor's sexual preferences?
All right, listen.
What?
You have 5 seconds to leave, or we're gonna put you in the jail and call your parents.
Jail's full, sir.
Whatever, then we'll just put you in.
Where'd he go now?
Now I'm back over here.
I'm back over here.
Just get out of here before we.
Close his eyes.
I'm right here now.
All right,
Yeah.
stop it.
Yes, I
Mere,
have to
mere
go now.
inches.
But in the meantime, I have something that might interest you.
He just leaves him a box of Coon stuff.
Make sure all your men get a look at these, Detective.
What's in here?
Coon.
T-shirts for the Coon.
Who is the Coon?
Not evidence, not villainy. T-shirts. Okay.
Who is the Coon? All right, next day, Cartman goes to the bus stop and he inquires with his friends, do you guys hear about the Coon? He's like trying to get some praise from his friends. After some conversation, Cartman's kind of angry, though, that no one knows or cares about who it is. Right? And then at school, Cartman makes a speech about the Coon, which no one cares about. And he tells everyone that the Coon will be on the roof of Walgreens that night. That night, he's going to also meet Mysterio. And he's not going to be very happy.
No.
Someone else is also trying to steal his gimmick, Dane. Here we go.
Who would do that to Cartman, a.k.a. the Coon?
Oh, no.
As for me, I certainly don't agree with the Coon's reckless ways.
D-
If you ask me, there's no room in this world for vigilantes. I believe the Coon is a menace.
Yeah, and dressing up and running around at night is faggy anyway.
God!
Fag, Kyle! Fuck you!
Fucking got him.
He's not a fag!
Why do you care?
I do.
Oh, well, I'm just mad because you should never use the term fag, Kyle. That's a hate word, and it's insensitive to butt pirates. Anyway, what do you think about the Coon, Stan and Keeney? Do you think he's the savior this town needs, or do you think...
Dane, what is more offensive, butt pirates or the latter?
Bro, I'm used to being called the latter, and honestly, like, that gets more of a funny reaction from gay guys these days than not downplaying when gay guys are fucking verbally abused left and right on the goddamn sidewalk. Ay. But on a less serious note, I would choose butt pirates because that's just so fucking juvenile. It really annoys me if you would have called me that. Oh, I'm definitely going butt pirates. What the fuck is this, elementary school? And also, it would just be like, you can hear it in a redneck voice too. God dang butt pirates. And it's like, I want to laugh, but it's just so fucking childish. I just kind of get irritated. Anyway.
I got it. I'm duly noted. Butt pirate Dane Becker. Got it. Duly noted. Ladies and gentlemen, moving forward now in this episode, as you heard,
He's not a fag!
Cartman, of course, was not very happy about that. So now we jump back into the next scene here, and Cartman's in class telling the kids.
It's proof that the Coon exists. I believe that tonight, from approximately 5 to 5:45, the Coon is going to be on the roof of Walgreens. I know I'll be there with my camera. I'm sure many of you will, too. Sometimes it seems the more criminals I try to stop, the more just come out of the back alleys and dilapidated bars. The city is a dying whore. She calls out to me to save her, and I don't know if I can. But she is still my city, and I cannot just sit and watch as innocent people are...
I love this part.
Fucking Mysterio.
Who the hell is that?
I love that part. Who the hell is that?
Who the hell are you?
I'm an angel keeping watch over the city at night. As violence and darkness take over the streets, I work to rid the city of crime. I'm the symbol this town needs.
No. I am the symbol this town needs. Dude, seriously, you can't do that. Go home. I was doing this first.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh? You heard of the Coon, and now you're being a copycat. Is that your name, Copycat?
I am Mysterion.
Mysterion? That's fucking retarded. You just gave yourself away, Craig.
God.
Only you would think of a name that dumb.
I might be Craig, and then again I might not be. My identity must remain a secret. You cannot know.
Yeah, well, you cannot know my true identity either.
I assume you must be Cartman, because you're fat.
I
Well, you're
mean,
wrong. I'm not Eric Cartman, and he's not fat. Care to guess again?
pause.
I really don't care who you are.
Oh, all right, Kyle.
All right, Kyle.
I don't really care who you are.
I don't really care who
You know, there's multiple layers to this, man. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. I've had one half almost of a blue moon. Good Lord. I'm going to put that down.
I'll choke to that.
Hey, everyone that may have been watching this visually, that was not a Voss. No one's going to believe
I was
that.
holding my own glass.
This episode has so many layers because obviously one of the bigger jokes is that Cartman is a shitty superhero and Mysterion is a good superhero. But I've never noticed that it goes all the way down to Mysterion has a better Batman voice. And he even says the rooftop Gotham Batman shit better than Cartman does.
Yep.
Cartman called the city a little whore or something. And then Mysterion goes into like legit deep message stuff. I'm like, oh my God. Mysterion forever, dude.
If we get to it in the treatment of the pop culture and its reference, we'll talk about it there. But I kind of get the impression that Mysterion is kind of a mix of the Riddler and Batman. Like Mysterion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the question mark even. Yeah.
It's kind of a mix. I am so smart. S-M-E-R-T. See? I'm not fucking up this time, Homer. Moving forward here in the show, as you heard, Cartman was had an encounter with Mysterion. He met Mysterion, another kid crime fighting vigilante himself. Cartman accuses him of being a copycat. Mysterion deduces that Cartman is the Coon due to his large size. Cartman says he's not.
Because you are fat.
Right? Because you were fat. The next day, Cartman suspects different classmates of being Mysterion. Cartman decides to chase Mysterion later as the first annual Coonicon will begin soon at Airport Hilton, where the Coon will appear and have a big party in his honor. However,
have a big party in his
no one is going to show up. No one will show the Coon. Poor little Eric Cartman. Poor little guy. All right, so here's Cartman now the next day at school.
Everything the Coon has lived and fought for comes down to tomorrow. Concentrate.
Coonicon 09. The Coon, live in person.
Amazing. Coonicon.
How is it that nobody came to Coonicon 09? This is fucking ridiculous.
Got everything you need here, sir? Okay on beverages, buffet items?
The safe guy.
Yes, it's fine.
Great. Hey, I just want to say that the Airport Hilton really appreciates your continued business.
What do you mean continued? You don't know who I am.
Aren't you that little boy who had his Ginger Pride rally and his AIDS benefit here before?
Right?
No, I'm not that kid.
Oh, really? Oh, my bad. I'm actually relieved. That kid was kind of a douchebag.
You're a fucking douchebag! Get out of here!
Nobody came.
Okay.
Cartman goes out. He's upset.
Oh, hey, sweetie, what did
Now
you
he's
do
the
today?
news report.
Shot of a mysterious superhero.
Not going to make
He
him
was
happy.
dressed mostly in black with a kind of cloak.
He jumped down from the fire escape stairs, and then he just ran off. We barely got a look at him.
Look
He
at
didn't look like Mysterion to me. Everyone to see Mysterion say yay!
Say yeah!
Well, I
Great
think
idea.
he's kind of a symbol for the town, you know? A symbol that everyone who's sick of crime can rally behind.
Fucking butthole.
Well, if you ask me, he's a menace. There's
Menace.
no room for vigilantism in today's world.
No.
This
So
artist's
classic.
rendition of Mysterion
Dude, this artist rendition of Mysterion is pretty fucking badass. I'm not going to lie.
So I remember this one very, very well because this, when South Park Studios was still, version 2 essentially, like what I talked about in the last episode. They had these as downloadable wallpapers. South Park Studios had these as wallpapers, and there was a bunch of them.
That's
Some of them
awesome.
were by
Really
the same
sweet.
artist.
You know what I would also say, Dane? If you ever want to make this movie, I want to play Mysterion. So, let me know.
You'd be a great Mysterion, and then, God, what would Joe Vernola be? He would be Mintberry Crunch. He would be a great Berry Crunch.
I have a counter argument. I think Joe would make a good tool shed.
Oh, but that's Stan.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
I don't think Joe is Stan. If anything, Joe is like adult Tweak.
Oh, don't say that. I think Joe's a Stan.
I'm not. I love Tweak. I'm not trying to be mean, but he's. If he was one of the boys, I would say that Joe is Tweak.
All right, then he's probably more closely related to Craig, not Tweak, to be quite honest.
Oh, yes. There you go. Joe is absolutely Craig. And, of course, I'm Tweak.
You took my money, and you took my birthday money. That's exactly what Joe... You did not pay me. You're a dick. You're an asshole. I learned a lesson. I will never deal with you again. So, yes, as you mentioned, amateur sketch here as we're ending this scene. We'll jump back into more recapping the episode here now. The next day... as we mentioned, no one showed up, so Cartman got angry. So Cartman goes home and he's disappointed. After people are interviewed on the news, you saw that. Mysterion goes to the police station now, where he is greeted as a hero. He reports, though, various minor crimes, such as graffiti and harassment from a movie theater guy. He's actually reporting crimes and then saying, "Here, go take care of that." He's not trying to harass people. Cops like that because that's like a tip line, a narc. They got their own little narc, right? So he leaves, and he's going to meet the Coon, who threatens him to stop. Mysterion lights some firecrackers and leaves. Cartman accuses him of using firecrackers, which are illegal. It's funny.
And watch as my city became a cesspool of
Who is
crime.
Mysterion?
I have lived in South Park all my life. I decided it was up to me to keep this town safe. Nobody at school knows my double life.
That's a
To them,
great shot.
I'm just another fourth grader. But tonight, I am
Climbing up a
Mysterion.
window.
Ah,
And
Mysterion,
he's in the
thank God
police
you've
station.
come.
They gotta
What
get him.
news do you have?
There's some graffiti on the bridge again.
Yeah,
I
they
think
actually
those
give a
sixth grade kids
shit.
are doing it. And the guy at the movie theater
Right.
is harassing Mexicans again.
We'll get right on it, Mysterion.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you for all your help.
He actually reports crimes. It helps. Okay, now here's Cartman. Now he's going to counter him again.
Illegal in Colorado, you asshole!
Oh, wait.
Hey,
Hey, Mysterion!
God bless you, Mysterion!
Hope in an otherwise bleak and dreary world!
Drive home, otherwise big and dirty world. Cartman.
seriously? I'm gonna kick the shit out of you if you don't stop.
The city needs my help. It cries for protection, and I will
Answer the call to save her. That's what I'm supposed to say. I know it's you, Cal. Just stop.
But you don't. You suck. Ooh, that's pretty good, though.
Right?
Fireworks are illegal in Colorado, you asshole!
Oh, Cartman, shut the fuck up, dude.
Right, though. He is right. Fireworks are illegal in Colorado. And I got to tell
Are they
you.
really?
Yeah. And you know what?
Stupid.
You know what the best part about it is? You actually get some fucking sleep on the 4th of July. It's great. You don't have blasting off shit in the fucking streets. They all go out to the fucking middle of the nowhere in Colorado, or they go 10 miles, 15 miles outside town, and they go to the shows. And then they go back home, and no one fucking sits there and lights that shit all night like they do here in Arizona.
Oh, damn it. I didn't even think about that.
Back into the episode now. As we talked about there, Cartman was upset because, fireworks are illegal. Next day at school, Cartman accuses several students now of being Mysterion. He is shocked when he discovers that many students have pictures of Mysterion in their locker. He is shocked when Wendy Testaberger walks by and says, "How do you know Mysterion is a boy?" Which, of course, that pisses him off. And he realizes that it could be a female. So now, later on, Cartman goes to a U-Store, which is, of course, apparently like a U-Haul.
Yeah.
To meet Professor Chaos for information on Mysterion. Now, Chaos unleashes general disarray on the Coon, who beats him up. Cartman then calls the truth, but then he kicks Disarray and demands information about Mysterion. Chaos leads to Coon to Disarray's grandma's storage garage, which also serves as a secret lair to Chaos and Disarray, which we did see in the South Park video games. Chaos gives Cartman a tour and then shows him his suspects as Mysterion. Cartman is crossed out as he is too fat. However, Chaos suspects Cartman as the Coon, but he also thinks Bruce Valanche is an option.
Bruce Valanche!
Right. Cartman then pressures Chaos into working together in order to bring down Mysterion.
Mysterion!
Mysterion! Our bullets won't work against him. Okay, before we get there.
I forgot about that.
Before we get there. So stupid.
That's amazing.
Let's go to the scene now with Cartman and Butters.
Needs answers. He has to turn to the wretched underbelly of society.
Look what the cat dragged in.
I like they bring back chaos.
Come out where I can see you.
What's the matter, Coon? Nervous?
I didn't want to resort to this, but he
It is. It's pretty fucking great they did
How
this.
utterly delightful. The heroic and mighty Coon. Come to put a stop to me again.
Chaos. I need to keep on my toes.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Pretty awesome to listen
But
to.
you see,
Butters.
But you see, I also know you like to beat me up.
I didn't call you to fight, Chaos.
You gotta
I
fight.
came to see if you know Mysterion's identity.
Oh, I'm close. And I'll put an end to him and all of you goody two-shoe heroes.
You get
I'm
him.
not on his side.
You think I'm a fool? All those times you stopped me from my acts of evil. All those times you tricked me into meeting you and then gave me kitty twisters. Not this time, Coon. I finally learned my lesson. Now, General Disarray.
Shazam!
Oh, careful, General Disarray.
You better knock it off!
Yeah, we made him, General Disarray.
Listen to me! I want to help you get rid of Mysterion!
Let him go, General Disarray.
This part.
You little fucker.
Why would you help us?
Because Mysterion is trying to... Ah! No, fucker, that fucking hurt! Because Mysterion needs.
But you both like justice and good.
Yeah, fucker, that fucking hurt.
I want him gone just as much as you do.
Very well. I will show you what we know about
I'm
Mysterion's
so bad at his voice.
But if this is some kind of setup...
Look, I'm
I want him gone.
I don't betray people.
I don't betray.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the good guy.
I didn't like having to work with this scumbag, but I knew Mysterion was out there, plotting his next move.
I just really like the fact that they capitalize. I mean, Matt Stone, Trey Parker. They start to capitalize on superhero movies, and so they kind of start building their own universe here with the Coon.
They really do, and you know, at this point, it's probably better than both DC and Marvel.
Yeah, I have to work with the enemy. I have to be part of that guy, part of that.
Yeah.
But I gotta do what I gotta do. I can't do. All right, so Mysterion, though, as you're going to see there, kind of you saw here there at the end, he's actually going to visit Kyle in his room, and he asks him to provide background checks for him. Basically, he thinks Kyle is the smartest kid in class, which we then find out that Kyle is not Mysterion. And he asks Kyle to kind of be his Nighthawk, watchbird, watchtower person that, you know, his sidekick, someone who's sitting there in the earpiece, blah, blah, blah. Right?
I mean, yeah. What do you want me to say? Yeah, it's fucking.
I want you to
Trixie
agree with me,
from,
damn it! Just say it.
I agree with you, man. I agree with whatever your pretty head says.
Okay. On the news, following that, Professor Chaos releases a video threatening to blow up a hospital unless Mysterion reveals himself, which we then cut to a construction site where Chaos asks Coon if a hospital should be blown up. Coon is a superhero after all. Coon then replies that the hospitals have to be blown up for the greater good. General Disarray comments that if they are really evil, that they should betray Coon and blow him up with the hospital. Coon needs to get the trigger and orders Chaos to keep an eye on the TNT of Dynamite. Here's a quick, since we're looking at it, here's a quick image. Mysterion suspects. So we know now that Kyle's not it. Now, at this point in time, obviously we know who it is because we've seen every episode. But back in the day, when we looked at this, we were like, okay, we found out it's not Kyle. But then you have the suspects of Craig, Kevin, Tweak, Stan, Clyde, Keeney, and Jason White. No one really cares about the Whites. So he's there. There you go. Moving forward now, here's the Channel 9 News.
The clock is ticking, and the citizens of South Park are gripped in fear. 2 days ago, an evil unknown terrorist threatened major consequences if Mysterion does not reveal his identity.
South Park, your precious hero is now your undoing. If Mysterion does not unmask himself publicly by Wednesday night, I am going to blow up a hospital.
Chaos.
Blow up a hospital? Well, I'm not gonna blow up any hospital.
Jesus Christ!
What? The choice is
Get
yours.
to all infidel.
Unmask yourself, or hundreds will die.
Yeah, literally.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ!
That's what it reminds me of. Death to all infidels, that episode. Hey, Stan. Hey, Kyle. Could you get me out of here? Freaking Butters. All right. Jumping forward now, as we talked about, Dougie's going to explain to Butters that maybe we should betray Cartman.
Hey, Coon, we aren't actually gonna blow up anything, are we?
If you don't make good on your threats, Chaos, then what good are your threats?
What good?
But you really want to blow up a hospital? I mean, aren't you a good guy?
Sometimes blowing up hospitals is for the greater good, Chaos.
You know, I've been thinking, if we're really evil villains, then we should betray him and blow him up with the hospital.
Good point.
Yo.
No, you're a little scrotum licker, dude. Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Cartman does not like Dougie. He did not like Dougie. Okay, so following this is where things get really interesting and really comedic. So Mysterion shows up as soon as Coon leaves, and Disarray freaks out and starts running. Chaos fights them, Mysterion, and then all of a sudden the police show up, and he's like, I got a shot at him, Yates. And Yates go, you think your bullets will harm him? So the crowd gathers to encourage Mysterion. Disarray comes back and fights Mysterion. The villains knock Mysterion into a pile of plaster, and everyone believes that Mysterion does not have the courage to move forward, and they believe that he is dead.
Where is Mysterion?
No, not Mysterion. Not Mysterion.
It's following the classic superhero formula that Spider-Man said.
Spider-Man, straight up, dude. Here it is.
Yep, Spider-Man straight up.
Why are you doing this?
Why are you doing
This isn't your usual MO, Chaos.
Well, I just wanted this one, and then the Coon showed up, and I was just, and I was just,
This is fine. Walk by.
What is that?
There. Mysterion, they're fighting.
Look! Mysterion and Professor Chaos are fighting!
Stupid.
Give him hell, Mysterion!
These people are bought into it.
Look out, Mysterion! General Disarray is behind you!
Jesus Christ, we need backup out here!
What?
Think I can get a shot at Chaos, sir? You think your bullets can hurt him?
His cloak is made of a titanium alloy.
Yeah, we did it.
Actually did beat him.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Mysterion is dead.
He's dead.
Mysterion is dead. My cloak is made out of a titanium alloy, ninjas. That's what it reminds me.
Ay caramba.
Ay caramba. Andale.
Rah, 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 rah.
Rah, 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 rah. So Mysterion.
Rah, 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 stand.
So now Disarray has, because they fought and they believe that Mysterion's dead. So now the crowd is shocked and Mysterion starts to move. Mysterion continues to fight Chaos, but then all of a sudden the Coon comes back to stop Professor Chaos, right? To make a
yes, of course.
It's a crisscross. The crowd. The crowd mistakes Cartman as Bruce Valanche.
I'm not Bruce Valanche.
Be careful, Bruce Valanche. There are superheroes fighting. There are superheroes fighting each other.
There's superheroes fighting.
Mysterion defeats Chaos. Coon comes up and slashes Chaos, who goes home crying. The crowd cheers. Coon tells Mysterion that they have teamed up, despite Coon doing nothing and causing the problem. And Mysterion refuses. Coon then makes a subtle threat that if Mysterion doesn't reveal his identity, more terrorists will attack the city to find out. So we'll show that scene, and then we'll show the final scene here on this episode of South Park.
Suck my bad.
Take my bad.
Take my bad.
Here's Cartman, a.k.a. Bruce Valanche, a.k.a. the Coon.
Here to save the day.
Isn't that Bruce Valanche?
Be careful, Bruce Valanche. There's superhumans fighting right over there.
I'm sorry, I give up.
Holy shit.
Don't worry, Mysterion. The Coon will now help you.
Whoa, wait, I thought we were working together. Oh,
God! we're fucking
That was great
buddies.
teamwork, Mysterion. South Park is safe. Until next time.
What next time?
Well, people are obviously so desperate to learn your identity that they'll do anything. Won't be long before the next villain comes along and threatens violence unless you take off your mask.
That's true. But then he used to
Take off your mask.
Citizens, tonight has shown me I have no choice but to unmask myself.
Don't do it, Mysterio.
Don't do
If you
it.
show your identity, we'll be forced to arrest you for being a
Character
vigilante.
DC.
Don't you think he knows that? But superheroes know that sometimes you have to sacrifice yourself for the
Superman.
greater good.
Don't show your face, Mysterion.
Don't show your face, Sarah.
Symbol.
So that the next terrorist...
You've gotta be a
South Park doesn't
symbol!
unmask himself?
No.
Now we're
it's true.
all Batman.
As long as my identity is a mystery, this will just happen again and again. It has to end. I will show my face.
This part killed me when it came out.
Well, I'll be.
I knew it was you. Remember, I even said it before.
Wow, a kid from my class was Mysterion. Well, I'm sorry, but you're under arrest. Take the kid to jail.
So, for those who don't know, because this
Don't
episode...
spoil it, Matt. Come on
Well,
now.
The episode never reveals it, technically.
Well, good. Then they'll have to find out next week.
Wow, they're not going to find out until season 14.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, go ahead.
Find out until season 14. So for those who are not aware, it was Kenny is Mysterion. And that's why even Cartman said, I told you it was him. So at the police station, as you saw Mysterion reveal himself, Cartman was smiling. The police pled for Mysterion not to do it, but he didn't, and he revealed himself, so he was arrested. Now the episode ends with Cartman saying that he always knew the identity all along, that that the Coon must now use and make plans to become South Park's official hero, and Mysterio has been put in jail for becoming a vigilante. So let's show the wrap up of that episode here. It's right away.
My entire plan worked to perfection. My work here is done.
Yeah.
With Mysterion out
Screwing
of the
other
way, the
people
King
over.
can finally go back to keeping the city safe. Once again, I
Yes.
alone am the symbol this town can stand behind. Every town needs a hero. Every town needs a Coon.
Jesus.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how the episode recaps. So we'll be back on the other side after a quick word from our sponsors provided by Spreaker. Of course, if you're watching right here on YouTube, you'll get a quick sponsor check there as well, just where you can find us on all of our outlets. We'll be right back. Subscribe to Suck My Balls, a South Park review on Spotify, Apple's, iTunes, anywhere you want to download a podcast. Just type that in, subscribe to our feed, and you'll get the latest, greatest episode each and every week. You can also listen to us on YouTube and go back and watch some videos or any of our library. It's all there. Suck My Balls, South Park review. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. On the other side to SMB, a South Park review. Once again, shout out to our sponsors provided by Spreaker. Do us a favor, hit that like and subscribe button if you're watching right here on the tube, or follow, heart, share, whatever platform you use to download the podcast. Leave us a review, share it with your friends and family. Send them an email. Be like, hey, you should check out this podcast. It's pretty cool. And then they'll be like, really? They'll be like, oh my God. And you know what you also can do? Check out the South Park Fan Club on Facebook. 137,000 fans, members, growing strong. We are the largest South Park fan group on Facebook. Go check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into some pop culture, some trivia. We'll recap this episode, get Becker's final thoughts on what he thought about this episode. And we'll fuck out of here. But before we get into that, I do have a quick note. There is an alternate ending for this episode, Mr. Becker. I don't know if you know.
There is.
Yes.
There is, yeah.
Let's get into it. There is an alternate ending, and I will read it off for you. This is the deleted ending on the Season 13 DVD. There is a deleted scene. After the Coon rides off on his tricycle, it shows a police officer closing the jail and saying goodnight to Mysterion. Later, Kyle is seen in the cell with the real Mysterion showing up and asking why he took the fall. Kyle says he doesn't mind, noting he'll be out in a few days anyway, but asks Mysterion to reveal his identity. Mysterion believes Kyle should know and unmasks himself, similar to earlier in the episode, still making it unclear who Mysterion really is. Nonetheless, Kyle is amazed and shocked to find out who he truly is. So that's the deleted scene. The deleted scene, we find out that it was actually Kyle who went into jail for him. as a good friend should.
To distract from who the real Mysterion is, so he can continue to do his work.
Which is kind of what happens in some of the parody episodes of Superman and DC and Batman and blah, blah, blah. All right. Here's some trivia for you. As we mentioned, Cartman's superhero derives from the raccoon mammal Coon, but it also is a racial slur that represents African Americans, black people. However, it's ironic because Cartman is a racist. The only reason why we can say it is because he's actually a raccoon in this episode, but it is a racial slur, and we would not use it in any other context other than South Park. People finally seem to have noticed Professor Chaos and General Disarray, as they're able to identify them from a distance when they fight Mysterion. Of course, General Disarray did try to flood the world, and The Simpsons already did it on previous news forecasts. This episode makes a reference to Barack Obama's election. We talked about that. He says that he was supposed to make things change, but they didn't. And then instead of like obey, instead of change, it says when. Cartman also refers to the economic recession as a reason for the crime going up. There's a news clip about Mysterion. It's a reference to the news clip of a leprechaun sighting in Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah, it's the greatest YouTube video ever.
Which is, of course, a throwback to Imagination Land. Cartman purchases detonators and dynamite at Ace Hardware. A clip from this episode was recreated for Cartman's line in the opening theme for season 14. Cartman is at the Cocoonicon. A man that works at the airport Hilton makes references, as we mentioned, Ginger Kids and Tonsil Trouble episode. AIDS Burger in Paradise. Fuck you, Jimmy Buffett.
AIDS Burger. Fuck you, Jimmy Buffett. You fucking suck. Oh, now, sweetie. Fuck you, Mama. I have fucking AIDS.
Fucking AIDS. Cartman exclaims "fucking bitch" when Wendy asks how he knew Mysterion as a boy in a manner that he
fucking bitch
be a girl just as well. However, after this, he does not seem to show any interest in theory that Mysterion is a girl, and neither does Butters or Professor Chaos. This is the only time Leanne has a line in the whole season, and that's in that scene where Cartman comes up upset.
Oh.
All right, here's some quick pop culture, and there's a lot. Coon is a reference to...
Oh, you got to let me do this one.
Oh, you want to do
it?
All right.
Yep. The Coon is a large reference to dark-themed superhero movies like me and Matt have already discussed. The Dark Knight, Spider-Man 3, and The Spirit are all referenced here, almost directly, I think. The monologue of the Coon recites at the beginning of the episode heavily references Rorschach from the graphic novel and adaptation film, who had a very similar monologue. Watchmen, most notably, the comparison of the city to a dying whore is right out of Rorschach's mouth, and the statement about a former superheroine being a bloated, aging whore. So I guess those were actually from a comic book. They were just from a very aggressive Alan Moore one. The music used is inspired by scores by the great, not late, Hans Zimmer, who produced the musical score for Batman and the Dark Knight, of course. The Coon and Mysterion use deep, scratchy voices similar to what Christian Bale would use in Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, on and on and on, as well as the portrayal of Rorschach in the movie Watchmen by the famed Zacky Snyder. Cartman and Mysterion both refer to themselves as the sim of his 10 needs, a line directly used
Dark
from
Knight.
Dark Knight.
It's popular.
Oh, very much so. 2009. Cartman tells Butters and Professor Chaos to make a video demanding Mysterion to reveal his identity or have a hospital blow up. Jesus Christ! This is a reference to The Dark Knight, where the Joker almost literally does that.
Yep.
Though in the film, the Joker threatens to blow up the
blow it up. Yeah.
Hospital for so the opening shot for the Coon is a reference to the beginning of Watchmen. If you don't remember, the movie does this as well. Both start off with a shot of a sidewalk and then zoom out to reveal someone looking down from a skyscraper, which is also the Spirit, as when seen when he's running across wire buildings and shit with his great red sneakers. That movie was terrible. Frank Miller's The Spirit film, one of the worst movies ever, but I urge anyone listening and you, Matt Schaefer, to watch it because it's got this great performance by Samuel L. Jackson, who understands that he's in a campy, crappy comic book movie. Last but not least, Matt, when the Coon is doing the Coonicon signing, there's a poster in the background that resembles Frank Miller's Batman The Dark Knight Returns, a graphic novel which has inspired so much Batman contact that it almost washes away the taste of Frank Miller's The Spirit. Matt, what you got?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's your pop culture, your trivia. We talked about a deleted ending there. I'll tell you what I like about this episode. It's one of my favorites because it starts kind of, that superhero side, more characters for the boys to play and have fun with in their made-up world of imagination land that they create. And you've got the rise of Mysterion, if you will, which will be an episode name of next season, and it's going to go more go more in depth. This is the prequel right here. But the Coon is the prequel to the Mysterion Rises series, which takes place next season. This is like the Iron Man episode setting up for the Avengers.
I mean, yeah, almost exactly, yeah. And it's one of the better plot lines that you've seen string itself through South Park. There's a select few, but a few, and of course all the background stuff going on. But this one is great. This one's great.
That's a good point. Me and Joe had been talking about that in some prior episodes that they started, right? Whether it be season, they had previously done a couple 2 arc episodes, but it seems to be more picking up now in season 10, season 11, and season 12, 13, 14, where they're going to have multiple arc episodes or one long episode where it focuses on one story. And that whole story in this case was the Coon. And then it had the side story of Mysterion, but he was connected to the Coon because it was all part of the superhero story. So it was about boys being superheroes, and because of the big stuff that was going on with Batman and Marvel and Iron Man and yada, yada, yada. Captain America and blibbity blabbity blue. Dane, would you rank this in one of your top 100 episodes of all time of South Park?
No, just because it's just, underneath everything, and the start to a plot line that would come later, it's just a standard South Park episode. It's movie references, more importantly, movie parodies. Cartman does stupid shit and fucks people over. It's one of your typical episodes, so it's great, but it's not in my top. What I will say about this episode is that it was right, as I said in the last episode, getting back into South Park, and me and my friends were actually quite dissecting of the possibility of who Mysterion is. Because you get all of those little tidbit hints at the end. They're in Garrison's class. Cartman already said who it was before in one of his guesses. So we were very much in depth, and all of us came to the conclusion, incorrectly so, that it was Kyle, but it wasn't Kyle.
Well, you would have been right, though, because technically they wanted to make it look like Kyle, right, from the DVD commentary standpoint, because it got cut, because it couldn't air. That's what we mentioned, part of the deleted ending. So you were pretty close. I honestly, because they never reveal it even here, right? So back in the day, before we found out, I thought it was Clyde. I was like, I think it's Clyde.
Really? That's a good one, too.
I thought it was Clyde. I thought that it was them maybe giving Clyde some new characteristics, because really Clyde itself, was just kind of a background character. And I felt like that would be the big swerve that they would show us. It's not going to be Jason White, because that's a lame character. So it's got to be somebody cool. So I was like, maybe it's Clyde.
Yeah, Jason White gets his much later on, but boy, is it good.
His whole family dies. Poor Jason White. Nobody cares about the Whites. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for another edition of SMB number 186 right here on all podcast outlets, on those pod outlets, on all the video portions of YouTube. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, please. We would appreciate that. Go ahead and check out the 2022 Red Rocks Day 1 South Park Trivia. God. Polyphonics. Programonomics. Scubanomics. All types of doctor stuff. Botany. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Vernola, check out Primos Pro Wrestling. Check out something, I think it was, I forgot. We've been doing this a while. We've been recording stuff. BP Dub, Body Pro Wrestling, something Pro Wrestling with the Colorado. Battleground Pro Wrestling. Check that out. You'll like it. You'll like Joe Vernola. He does a lot of good job, a lot of good work. And if you're in the Denver area, check out Slave to the Death Match, or you can check it out on Fight, coming this year. 2 nights in September. Get your tickets now. They're going on sale next month. All the announcements are getting ready to happen. Slave to the Death Match. They're bringing back all the past crazy people, and they're reuniting them with new crazy people. You're going to love it. Check it out. Some of those guys actually, AEW now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this man who's just inches away from AEW and more. He is the man who likes to solicit those picks to get your clicks. He's the man who likes to bring the pain in the digital marketing game. Director, writer, producer, on-screen talent, Dane Becker. What do you got going on?
Oh, Derby City Wrestling, free admission if you're in the Tennessee, Ohio, Indiana, or Kentucky area, especially in the Kentucky area. Come down to Louisville, Kentucky, Norton Healthcare Sports and Learning Center. It's going to be free school supplies, free ACT prep, free meet and greet with all of the wrestlers, and a free prime time premiere television wrestling event. We're talking broadcast cameras and the works, baby. The audience is going to be hot. The day is going to be cool. And the giveaways are going to be aplenty. Come out to that. And I hope to see you there. Again, free admission, entertainment for the kids, and less headaches for you.
Boom. There you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host in the heat, and I can't be beat. I'm your guy who's high where the air is dry. Your boy, MSG. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Matthew_Schaffer. You can also book me through my agent, Danny's Agency, right here located in the Phoenix Valley metro area. Well, baby! Be happy to make the trip out to Los Angeles, New Mexico, Las Vegas surrounding areas as well. Bring me out east. Check out my reel. If you want to hit me up, go to Danny'sAgency.com. See all my information there.
You can find him at onlyfans.com/the
I wish. I'm not that good looking for that, buddy.
Feedfinder.net/M
Maybe one day I'll be good enough to start my own OnlyFans. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for another edition of SMB, a South Park review. Dane, coming up next week, we're going to Margaritaville. That's right, Margaritaville on South Park. Don't know? Jump ahead. It's the third episode of season 13. And boy, Randy's going to step forward the solution to fix the desperate state of our economy. What happens when we've angered the economy too much, Dane? Will we be able to recover? I don't know. Things are going crazy. I'm going crazy. It's so crazy. My economy my camera's dying. We got to get out of here. We'll see you next week edition of SMB, a South Park review.
Bye.
Wow.